Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais, thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking, I never did. NBC clearly don't care either, 5th time. So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets.
With that single inflammatory tweet, Roseanne's rising star imploded today. Within hours, the highly anticipated return of one of TV's most beloved shows, Roseanne, canceled, and Roseanne Barr effectively banished from Hollywood.
Thank you so much for joining us. So you heard Valerie Jarrett. What do you think?
Well, of course, you know I don't agree with what she said about blaming our president for what someone tweeted. Listen, first of all, Roseanne, let me just say this here, she is not a racist. She made bad judgments when she tweeted out something that was a little off the cuff, and she apologized for it.
You're Friday night. What the hell? Nothing's on TV. I don't know.
It's a really fascinating thing. We've always talked about how, you know, we grew up sort of, I think we were both Python fans, and we were both sort of punk rockers, you know,
Right.
and we wanted to do a punk rock TV show. And when we were growing up, the way to be punk rock was to be really liberal, you know, because we grew up with Reagan in high school and all of that, you know, and then, but then we moved the problem was we moved to LA and we did, you know, and then the only way to be punk rock in LA is to be a Republican. Because it's the only way, you know, you're in a party, the only way is to be like, I think George Bush is awesome. Everyone's like, what? You know, just like, you know, and that really, I mean, it's amazing. And when we did Team America.
I've seen Trey do that before, too.
Yeah.
You mean go into a party and say,
Just said it.
I think he's great.
Was in Malibu, and he just said, I love George Bush and I love my gun. And this lady's face just melted. Her
face melted off.
It is like, you know, we got this reputation. There was this book that came out called South Park Conservatives,
right?
Where, you know, and it was a label I think originally given by Andrew Sullivan to the show, and I think there is a little bit of like libertarianism.
Is he your #1 fan? There's some great quote about it.
Yeah, he's a big fan, and like he's written some really cool stuff about the show and Team America, the movie. But I think that some of, you know, we did grow up in Colorado, which is kind of a Republican state, but it's more of a libertarian kind of like live and let live kind of attitude.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some of that seeps through in the work. But I mean, we've taken so many different conservative ideals to task too, but we have just ripped on a couple of liberal ones, like Barbara Streisand and Rob Reiner, and all of a sudden, like, we're conservatives. And it's like, to live in L.A., to live in California, those are the sacred cows. I mean, literally and figuratively. Rob Reiner, you know, like, that was a bad joke.
Oh, it was.
That was a terrible joke. But you know, I mean, it is true. Like Trey said, it's like, you know, if we sit around in our writers' room and we all sit around and go, and what I think of our best stuff comes out is we try to personify this side of the argument and this side, and then we take a little funny way out.
Right.
And I'm just not interested in Trey can vouch for this. I'm not interested in sitting around and agreeing with people. Right. And where we live is like the liberal part of the world. And not because
there's a group think.
There's a group think, and you only get to some new truth by argument and by dissent. And it's like some of it is just, we just play devil's advocate all the time. You know?
Here's what else you said. I am just sick of actors on CNN parroting what they read in the paper. I keep expecting Larry King to say, and therefore a word on Iraq, the Cookie Monster.
Yes.